weeks maybe. I've been to Melrose and now I'm in Mountain View. I'm gonna talk about you about an app that I'm building with some co-founders, friends, actually in Brazil, and I just changed the whole presentation this morning, because it has a lot of text, and I don't know if my English is perfect, so I just changed it to be only pictures. So it's gonna be pretty easy and no mistakes for sure. So let's start it. Okay, so I first gonna start to talk about yes, thank you. Talk about what kind of problem, what kind of situation we're gonna fit in. Okay, so I really wish to ask. I think you have a great audience here. If probably some of you guys have been to some concerts, whatever, and probably you went there and you really wish to listen a specific song, and and you're waiting, and there is your song is never been sing, and then the guy just say, okay, this is the last song, and maybe it's the time, and no, the band just go away and never listen to your song. Maybe during the show you screaming and you ask, please sing it, whatever song.
Toca Raul.
Yeah, Toca Raul. It's very typical in Brazil. And even maybe some, and what you're trying to do when you're doing this is like gather people. You try to make more people yelling the same thing, because you really believe if everyone yelling, the band definitely gonna answer to you. Does anyone experience this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Same thing in a stadium. You're there, supporting a team, and maybe you looking some player really like poison to the team and not playing well, and kick this guy out. Maybe one or two guys, going together with you, but what if the whole stadium just shout the same thing? A protest. The same situation, maybe you wanna fight for any right you think is right, and maybe you think there's a lot of people around you that think the same, share the same thoughts, share the same beliefs, but it's really hard to reach them, especially because there's too much noise, and everybody's so and flash mobs, the same thing. Oh, maybe you just want to set up some fun, something nice in a specific place. How do you settle these? Usually to all these situations, you maybe can try to set up something in Twitter or Facebook, gather people, but they have a limitation. They are restricted to your network, basically. Friends of friends on Facebook, people that follow you on Twitter and things like that. Okay, but what you want is amplify your voice. It's the exact feeling to have like a megaphone anywhere you are, and you really want to give the people near you ability to have a megaphone also, so they can your thoughts can go far and far and far and reach a lot of people. That's the idea, and that's where bubble comes in. It's as easy as. We can't share the same spirit, So the thing is, you just blow the bubbles, the bubbles start to fly away. The winds are taking them to wherever they go, and maybe someone just catch the bubble. It happens, don't you? Like when kids are playing bubbles, they are chasing the bubbles around. Maybe you, I like to do that. Whatever. But it's kind of a nice sensation. But once you catch the bubble, you can do two things. You can pop it. Usually it's what happens, because it's really hard to catch a bubble and keep it full shape. Or you can catch it and you try to bubble it again, to spread it again, to send it to more people. Okay? So that's our main idea. We wanted to collectively build a message. That is validated, that is endorsed, that is, shared by many, many people together. And all you need to do is a smartphone, really easy. We are actually working a feature phone version that you don't even need to have a smartphone. And most important, you don't need internet connection to do it. It's going to work like in a peer-to-peer basis. So no government can track you, can spy on you, no corporate can shut you down. It's seamless, peer-to-peer communication. You share your thoughts, your beliefs, whatever you want to fight for. So it's an anonymous tool. You don't need, Facebook, because it's not about friends. It's about building something collectively. It's something that you believe, and you believe that thing that people near you. When I mean near, it's geographically meaning. That you are in a stadium, you are in a protest, you are in a concert, so there's a lot of people around you. So you really believe that all of you maybe share the same ideas, maybe share the same thoughts. So it's the way Bubble works. I just have some wireframing here. It's a really basic app. You're gonna see just a map with the bubbles wherever they started to bubble, and you're gonna click in the bubble. It's gonna open up for you. You're gonna pop it or bubble it again. That's it. Nothing else. Straightforward.
Close the bubble?
Sorry?
Is the close the bubble, you're gonna recognize the close the bubble to you?
I didn't understand the question, sorry.
So, I get my phone.
Yes?
And it will recognize what people are saying around me.
Yes, that's it.
Awesome.
That's it. That's it. It's a location-based system, okay? But also, maybe you are just have nothing to do, you are at home, and you can just like browsing bubbles all around and see if you agree with them or not. And actually, another thing that we are doing is create a history of the places. We're starting to create a lot of history. What happened in this hackathon over the past year, or 5 years, or 10 years? Because you want to know the history of the place. Doesn't matter how can you find it in another way. So this is to do the free communication. How do we monetize it? Okay, we have what we call private bubbles. It's basically you're gonna set up a gel fence, a virtual fence on your property, and I just set up one right here over us, and let's say Vicky will have the ability to send any communication to everyone that come in the premises, so you can share, let's say, the Wi-Fi password, the door code, things like that. He will have the ability to leave it open, so anyone who crosses this gel fence will receive the information, or just people that he gave either a password or pre-register in the system by the phone number or something like this. So, and the idea is not Vicky because he's my friend, but the other people are gonna pay to have this. First year free. So basically that's it. We do really believe that Bubble is an app to enable people change the world because it's free. They not gonna be afraid to tell whatever they do. Everything of this, it's started when I went to some protests in Brazil, and I had no idea, no clue what's going on. I was just in for a meeting in downtown, and there's the traffic was stuck, and say, what's going on, what's going on? I tried Twitter, Facebook, news channels, nothing. I got nothing. I say, but I'm looking at that, a lot of people walking around, heavy traffic, it's not rush hour, so definitely something's happening here. And then I come, man, but we have the fucking internet, and there is no way that I can figure it out. I have to stop people in the city, which I did, and ask them, man, where are you going? What's happening? And then I got some answers, and then I'm gonna join the protest. And once I got to the protest, I started walking up and down the street where, we were by this time 500,000 people in the streets of Rio de Janeiro, and there's every little group are yelling something different. There is not like a unit on this, because and the people try to bring unit, but it's pretty hard because you have a lot of loud thing. You can hear the people like maybe 20, 30 meters away of you. So it's hard to to bring something really collectively. So that's the idea of Bubble. And also, internet never works, at least in the developed countries. Never works when you have a lot of people together in the same place. Usually you don't have, you know, signal, you don't have, you can use it. So that's the idea. Share whatever you want, peer-to-peer, no intermediates, no media manipulation, nothing. You're gonna know what the people really think about whatever they think and they do. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. This is I really we did a great effort to, you know, push the apps to in the stores, but you know, they have a lot of bureaucracy and, you know, they take some time, so it's not ready yet, unfortunately. But in the next couple of weeks, I hope Google and Apple release it. So if you can help me try to test it, because I would really appreciate that.
Was it written in native Cocoa Xcode, or was it written HTML5?
Yeah, that's another problem. That's a good question. I'm also looking for some front-end developers. So if anyone share the spirit of Bubble, please come talk to me. Because, you know, the front end has been done by the back end guys, and that's not a good idea. You know? Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. You're not gonna like the front end, okay? And we know. But it's basically HTML5 that.
Oh, it is HTML. It's not run native then.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We use a PhoneGap to do the.
What did you use? Use the Adobe suite for that?
I really don't.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that's it. We are really looking for some front end and UX wise person, you know. It is, but it's also anonymous. You know, we want to protect the people. But the thing is, doing anonymous too has it's a high risk, because you can generate a lot of spam. Because, you know, I can just text anything I want, because, you know, no one gonna know that it was me. So, you know, you can have some weird message. But that's what is our endorsement system works, you know. So the message is not gonna be spread out. Some people are gonna receive it. If you are endorsed by those people, then more people are gonna receive it. It's start like a reaction chain, you know. It's collective building in the time. That's it. Yeah. It's as I said, it's the first step of Bubble is like to really give people freedom of speech. You know, they want to. It's especially you know, in my mind, it's for like protests and things like that, and also you can use it for fun in stages and concerts and things like that.
So in countries like Egypt and like Venezuela now, where there's a lot of revolutions going on, media blackouts, governments controlling Twitter, so none of that's going to be an issue with this, right?
That's it.
It's peer-to-peer. Nobody tracks you. Nobody knows who you are. You can say whatever you want.
That's the goal.
Excellent.
But all the word, and sometimes, because the thing is, it's peer-to-peer, you know, but some phones are gonna store the bubbles.
Okay.
And when they got the internet, they're gonna send the bubbles to our server. So we're gonna publish in our website. So everyone else in the world are gonna know, like, for real, what are those people care about? Because all you can see now is what the media tells us.
Exactly.
You know,
and it's not always right.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we want to give this ability to empower people to really tell the world what they think about.
So you're actually going to have a website too as a hub for the information that's been gathered.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be an app, and you go whatever you want, and you're going to see the bubbles, what the thing, you know.
And how, if you don't mind me asking, how are you monetizing? Are you selling the app, or is it?
No, the app's totally free. Okay, we're gonna monetize selling virtual space. It's like virtual billboards. Okay, so if you have a McDonald's franchise, you can set up a private bubble, you know, just in the top of your shop, and then you can interact with every bubble user that crosses them. You know, you can say the hours you're working, if you have some promotion, whatever you want to say. Then